Masheba Webb Show. Masheba Webb Show. Everybody out here, come and sing with me. Masheba Webb Show. Masheba Webb Show.
The Masheba Webb Show. Sit back, relax, just chill, tune in. Sit back, relax, just chill, tune in. It's the Masheba
Webb Show. Masheba Webb Show. The Masheba Webb.
And we are back for another Friday edition of the Masheba Webb Show. And I am your hostess, Masheba Webb. Hey guys, we are in the building.
Yes.
We did it. Today is Friday the 13th.
It's a good day.
Is that Mike? Is that Jason Voorhees? Is that who is it? Okay, Jason Voorhees. Drea, is that who that is?
I get them mixed up. I was thinking Michael Myers. But
Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees. I don't even like that movie no more. Like I'm all about. I'm a Jason. I'm a Michael Myers.
yeah.
And Mr. Rob, okay, Mr. Rob over there cutting up. At least it wasn't me today.
I know.
At least it wasn't me. All right, Miss Paula, let me hear you in your mic. You got yourself?
Yes,
All
I
right.
got it. Yeah.
Y'all already know how we do it. To my left, I got my girl, my buddy, and my pal, Miss Andrea Wiley in the building.
Hey, welcome to the Masheba Webb Show.
How are you, my love?
I'm good. I feel 100% better than I did last week.
You over there looking like my smooth criminal, okay? I like it, and I like it a lot.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And who do you have to your left?
To the left, I have
Barbara Bankston. Don't mess with her, y'all. I ain't even gonna embarrass you today. You know you. I'm back. How are you, Miss B?
I am doing wonderful.
What's going on with you? Look beautiful. You glowing over there.
Yes, it's
You
a different
glowing.
kind of glow. I feel good in my soul.
Come on now. You
Amen.
feel
All
good in your shana. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Shana.
Yes. We got a lot to talk. We're going to unpack some stuff
Oh
today.
my God.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, we are
Let's
going to
unpack.
unpack it. All right. So y'all already know how we do it. To my right, I got my girl, Miss Paula.
Hey.
Paula Wiley in the building.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Masheba Webb Show.
Hey, beautiful. How you doing?
I'm good.
You ready for today's takeoff?
Oh, hey.
You
It's
got your
gonna
hands-
be exciting, everybody.
You got your hands inside the ride until the ride has completely come to a stop, okay?
yeah.
That's what I'm going to need everybody to do. I need you to put your seat belt on.
That sounds like a little bit of Prince.
Yeah, we're getting ready to take it on there.
Take it
and
off.
to your right, who do you got, Miss Paul?
I have the incomparable
Yes.
Mr. Robert Jackson.
Big Rob.
To my right.
How you doing, my baby? Yes, I can't hear you, though. All right.
What's good?
Hey, there he is, y'all. There he is. Listen, we want to say hello to Soul TV. We want to say hello to Podcastic too. And we definitely want to send some love to Envision Radio.
Yes.
If you didn't know that Masheba Webb Show comes on every Friday at 3. Is it 3?
4.
Is it 4 to 5?
4 to 5,
I thought it was 3 to
Thursday.
4. Okay, it's Friday.
It's Friday.
Girl. So we every Friday from 3 to 4 p.m. I think it's 4 to 5.
It's 4 to 5.
It's
It came
4
on
to
at
5
4.
because it went off at 5.
I didn't even catch it, y'all.
Yes.
But anyway,
Yes.
we on, okay?
Friday.
I think it's 3 to
4
4,
to
y'all. It
5.
might be 4 to 5, but I think it's 3 to 4. I'm going to check. It's been bananas around here, but we definitely want to send some love. So listen, we're going to get into our first song. Y'all know how we kick the relationship show off. He said, can't stay too long. I'm talking about none other than King George right here on the Masheba Webb Show.
Oh yeah, don't that sound good? Well, this song goes out to anybody that got somebody they might want to hold on to, somebody that they go home to at night. See, that's what I call a good thing, and I got me a good thing too, and you see, I don't want to lose it. Listen, I used to hang out every night, running round in the clubs. Yeah, I thought I had everything. I thought I never needed love. That's when God sent an angel straight down from up above. She came and swept me off my feet, showed me the meaning of true love. Now my friends, yeah, they ask me why I don't hang like I used to. Some even laugh and call me names like old man and party pooper. But I found me a good thing, and I don't care what they say. Tell them when I get time I might come through, but I can't come through the state. Can't stay too long. I gotta keep moving. My girl, she waiting. I don't wanna be foolish. Got a good thing going on, and I ain't tryna lose it. Can't stay too long. I gotta keep moving. See my girl, she at the house. I know that she waiting on me with a big smile on her face, yeah. Looking real good, smelling real nice and sweet. She know I'm out on the road, doing my music thing. She know the temptation comes. She know I'm only just a man. But see, I try to make the right decisions. Some women have their own intentions. And you will be surprised what some people might do when they really want your attention. But I found me a good thing, won't let nothing get in my way. Tell them when I get time I might come through, but I can't come through the state. Can't stay too long. I gotta keep moving. My girl, she waiting. I don't wanna be fooled. Got a good thing going on. I got a good thing. And I ain't tryna lose it. Can't stay too long. I gotta keep moving. Can't stay too long. I gotta keep moving. My girl, she waiting. I don't wanna be fooled. Got a good thing going on. I got a good thing. And I ain't tryna lose it. Can't stay too long. I gotta keep moving. Wave your hand if you know you got a good thing. Somebody feel like me. Somebody got a good thing. Oh yeah. Real good thing. She don't have to worry.
She don't have to worry. Listen, that was King George. He said, I can't stay too long. I gotta keep moving. That's what I gotta do. Gotta do what I gotta do. Now listen, we always have a good time on the Masheba Webb Show at the Relationship Show. The call-in number today is what, Miss Andrea?
The call-in number is 313-266-2811.
One more time.
Once again, the call-in number is 313-266-2811.
All right. Now listen,
Give us a call.
We about to kick it off. I tagged a family before I started the show, and I just have some things to say. I did get a phone call before I actually started the show from a family member, and I'm not going to say no names, okay? But I'm going to talk about the situation. Listen, the family that I tagged, I'm talking straight to y'all. I love you with all my heart. But if y'all don't get up off y'all rumps and go see about that young man, you will be burying him within the next 6 months. I'm pleading to you to go see about your family member. I was down there yesterday and I seen some things that were that it wasn't good. It was way worse than I've ever been, and way worse than I've ever seen. And to have a family of preachers, to have a family of saved people just say, you know what, I can't help unless that person want to be helped. That's not good enough. Okay, if that person is not in their right mind and well enough to make a sound judgment on their health, on their very livelihood, someone needs to step in. Somebody did it for me, and somebody needs to do it for him. So that is my plea to this family, because if something happens, one moment. Hey, now can I have some minutes? Because I'm on live on radio. Okay, thank you. All right, I had to go clear that up real quick. Family, please go see about your family member. Now, can I have a hand clap or something to break up the monotony? All right, listen. Miss Barbara Bankston, how are you doing, honey child?
I am like good. Sometimes you don't know you good until you realize you good.
What? Say that
I
again.
said sometimes you don't know you good until you realize you good.
You don't realize? Whew,
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
I didn't think I was good, but
you good.
I'm good.
You good.
A1.
You good. You always gonna be good. Let's get into what we were kind of talking about, because I did a little video and they got into it about what we were talking about. Now let me raise a question. Now, Miss Paula, you a preacher. Miss Barbara, you a preacher. Mm-hmm. You ain't no preacher? Okay. He ain't no preacher. We gonna leave him out. Okay. So, a family of preachers. His sister marries another preacher. For years, been beating her. Push her down the steps. And this woman ain't did nothing. You hear me? But the family of preachers to this day have still welcomed him in, still went golfing with him to this day. It rubbed off on his son. All of this, and nobody ever stepped in and said nothing. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, I'll tell you.
Can I just ask one question?
Come on.
So the family of preachers, who is he related? Is he blood relatives with the family of preachers,
No.
or is the,
Married into
She's
oh?
family with all the preachers.
I thought I heard that wrong.
Her brother. Her brother
I'm
was
sorry.
a pastor.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard that wrong because none of that made sense to me.
I just
Okay.
Her brother was a pastor. Mm-hmm. Her cousins are pastors. Nobody ever said nothing. What is this called? What is it? I don't understand it.
I
don't
know what the
understand.
problem is.
What is the problem?
One of the problems, because I ain't going to say it's the only problem, and this happens in a lot of relationships, not just when they're physical, but when one person is being mistreated and the family sits back and watches them continuously be mistreated, whether it's cheated on, whether it's physical or whatever, but they continue to stay in that situation and they don't ask for help. They feel like they can't get involved because they can't make you leave. So then it's easier for them to just sit and wait. And as soon as you open your mouth and say, I'm done, then the family will jump into place and begin to help you to get out of that situation. But because if they've been married for 20 years and they've been watching her get beat on, they like, you can leave at any moment.
See,
But if you don't leave, what good is it for me to go in? And me and Rob was having this conversation. So what good would it be for the brothers to go in and jump on the husband if you gonna still stay with him?
Now,
there's no good in that.
now that's true, but it got to be a way.
Somebody.
It got to be.
I'm telling you.
I mean, okay, so
I agree with you. There has to be a way, but I'm telling you that most of the time, family does not want to get involved in those type of situations if you're going to stay.
and I believe it, but why go golfing with them? Why is
Because then
welcome into the brotherhood?
Because you know why? Because then they can stay in. As soon as they go in and check him for what he's doing to the sister, then the door becomes closed.
That's bananas.
I
Just
know
be
it sounds
party.
bananas, but it's not, because the sister ain't gonna tell them when she getting beat down on. There's gonna be a lot of closure in there. They won't be able to get in. They won't be able to see it. So yeah, they may want to do it, but if she wants to stay, then it becomes tough. They can go in and check them, but they can't stop that man from being. She is the only one. She can walk away from that situation, or she
somebody
can
need
seek
this.
out help. But he can't. He ain't gonna stop if she don't make him stop.
It's all the things that go with it: jury, status,
Yeah.
A lot of components.
So when you look at, you probably ain't never been looked at the way you've been looked at right now, versus I get taken from that spot, and then where I be at then.
Right.
It's more important to be in the forefront than it is to be free from her physical situation with the husband.
Is the husband a preacher too?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. The husband a preacher, the brothers and sisters preachers.
Let's move on.
I'm just
have
saying.
me say something.
No, I want you to say something.
Because I want to know. So why is he beating her?
Okay, first of all, I feel comfortable in talking like this because they're not married anymore. Okay.
Oh, they're not married?
They're not married anymore. But when I went to Ohio and I had this incident happen to me, I don't know, a lot happened when I walked into this certain person's house.
So they're not, and he's still beating her and they not married?
No.
This is an old situation.
This is an old situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a current situation. That's why I feel comfortable in talking about it.
Girl,
yeah.
I was like, he got him a bunch of women.
But there's the only situation like that.
Huh?
That's not the only situation like that.
Absolutely not the only situation like that. But I'm just saying, what would make I guess this is what Barb said. It makes perfect sense for me hearing it, but in my mind and in my heart, it don't add up. Yeah. It don't add up because I'm like,
now that you said that, now there is a brotherhood amongst pastors.
Yeah.
They will watch them do all kinds of things, whether it be beat their wives, whether it be cheat on their wives. It's a brotherhood.
It's a brotherhood.
And until you get, because this is like, until you get a pastor or a bishop, or overseer or an apostle who will hold them accountable, they will still do that. You need a man that's gonna hold that man accountable.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah,
she said that. Listen.
And so they gonna cover up for one another.
But it's not gonna be covered
and it's
up with
what
God,
he
though.
said.
Come on, what?
It's not gonna be covered up with God though.
They ain't got. Because if they were concerned about God, they wouldn't be doing it. They're not concerned about God.
No,
they have no conviction there.
My thing is, you still accepting them. You never said nothing, and it's just like you said. Nobody wanted to step up and
that's
say
a brotherhood.
Anything. Oh, it was a hell of a brotherhood. Okay,
it's still in the body of Christ. It just is what it is.
Wait, they still hanging out.
That's a body of Christ thing.
They still hanging out, yo.
It's people like this that dilute religion.
Man, come on, get down.
Say that again.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the problem. That has gotten out of church and won't get into church because of your ministers. People in situations where and they being benefited also at the same time.
Absolutely. And the call in number is 313-266-2811. If you want to call in and throw off some sauce or salt, whatever you want to throw, we here for you. Okay? We are here for you. Listen, it just sounds bananas. I didn't like it.
It sounds bananas, but that's commonplace. That is
common.
literally.
It's not even a big deal.
Yeah, it's sad because it's probably a big deal to God, but it should be a bigger deal to us. But women are on the other side of that. We're taught to be so forgiving as wives.
Somebody out there getting beat right now by their husband, man, past the ship.
Yeah,
they preach your husband.
I just feel like there in all of that, it should be an organization of people they can go to, like you said, of men that can help this brother. Okay,
and they
so
probably
you can't
do
get her to leave, but come on, this man needed some real help. Not his son, just like him.
He did need help.
But you know what? They do have to stand accountable for it because they knew about it.
Man, listen.
Am I right?
Yeah. Say that again.
They're going to have to stand accountable for it because they knew about it.
Yeah. But you being accountable for it and God forgiving you, I mean,
yeah.
God, all you got to do is repent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So our idea of accountability, however,
most of
one of the things I used to always tell my sons is, be careful how you treat that girl,
right?
Because the Bible was God is not mocked, and neither is His word. Right. Whatsoever a man soweth, so shall he reap. And just because that don't happen to you, don't mean your daughters won't be getting beat down, cheated on, and all that other stuff. So be careful.
Absolutely.
It'll come back at you. Yes, it will.
Now listen. Understanding and communication. What's that all about, Miss Barbara Bankston? Barbara Banks.
So me and Miles, we were having this great conversation about, making sure that you have a understanding. So we were talking about two people like in a relationship, for instance, and we were talking about needs, like what each other need, for instance, or what they desire. And so when Mr. Wisdom and I were speaking, we were saying how he could desire and want one thing, and I can desire and want one thing, and those two things cannot be in alignment with one another, right? So at some point we have to come to an understanding,
Come on now.
and we have to communicate, because that could literally destroy the relationship. And I said sometimes when this happens in relationships, it can cause you to go into a place of reciprocity. And when you get that reciprocity, for instance, if a woman says, okay, so this is what we doing, and then I could give you what you need.
Absolutely.
And what you need is reciprocity. And when I'm giving you that reciprocity, it ain't so fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Like, you ain't gonna like me when I'm angry.
You ain't gonna like when I do you like you do me.
Not at all.
Exactly. Right.
What you say, Rob? Can y'all can't Rob?
What you think, Rob?
Can't
I
handle
gotta
the
mess
truth.
with you.
Mr.
So
Rob.
if you went and cheated on your girl, look at you. Just the thought of it. The thought of it got fire coming from her.
Good Lord have
Oh, so you went and cheated on your girl, right?
Right.
And she said, "I forgive you." Do she get a bye when she get ready to cheat on you?
No.
See?
So you ain't letting her slide.
You ain't letting her
you ain't gonna
slide.
keep moving.
You ain't giving her grace.
So right now,
Right here, right now.
That's not right.
I have
It's
not
not
grown
right.
up in that situation.
That's what I mean about reciprocity, though. Like, y'all want something, but then when we come back and give y'all
like that
what y'all, 'cause
retaliation.
now there's an even exchange. See, reciprocity means there's an even exchange.
Even exchange.
It ain't me giving you my beautiful, loving heart, and then you giving me whatever you're giving. I'ma give you what you giving me, and now we gonna
That's
see
what
if
it
you can
is.
handle that.
No, they won't be
And
able
most of the
to.
time,
Look
y'all
at
can't.
Rob just done thought about it. He done marinated. He said, "Somebody getting my girl buns. I'm got a problem with that."
That's gonna be a problem. Okay? But I am growing up.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, give him a hand.
Because literally, I am. So I study so much, and research so much, and so and there's a couple of definitely coaching videos that I listen to, that I watch and listen to all the time, in order to get repetition, because in that area I'm weak in. You know what I'm saying? And so often there's a situation that popped up. Jealousy popped up in me one day, and I swear to you, because I'm putting so much in my subconscious mind, so much that your subconscious mind can be good for you and it can be bad for you.
Absolutely.
But there's stuff that I have stored that's good in there, and it popped up when that jealousy thing popped up. Like, what is you jealous for?
Right.
You
See,
know
that's
what I'm saying?
something. That's how the Bible and how God
that's how
do
the
you.
word
You
pops
read
up.
the word, you get it down in your heart.
That's right.
All right, and then when you need it, it just pops up like the foam off of chitlins.
Yes,
All right,
that's good.
It just pops up like the foam
Like
off
the
of
what?
chitlins. Foam off of chitlins. Give me some. I said foam off the chitlins. You eat chitlins, you scrape that stuff off the top, slang it on the table.
That's too much. Too much. Too much.
It's too much. I don't eat them things. Y'all nasty if you eat chitlins,
And
okay?
you know something? But you know what? It's really so real about when you're trying to change.
Absolutely.
And trying to become your better self. And for me, to see it working.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
It
thing.
feels good, doesn't it, Mr. Rob?
You give so much more energy
Absolutely.
to help somebody else do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Y'all, the call-in number is 313-266-2811. We still, we here, we podcasting too, Envision Radio and Soul TV. How you doing out there, y'all? Y'all say hi to your people. All right. I got a question for y'all. What should every woman have set in place? Now, it's probably more for the women, but we're going to sling it around to the men. Barbara, what should every woman have in place as a grown woman, like as an adult? Maybe she's 25, maybe that's too young. Let's move up. 35 to 45. what should a woman have in place? What is a 35-year-old woman? What does that even look like?
So I think that one of the things, the number one thing is a life insurance policy.
Come on. Yes.
Yes.
Life insurance. Because we don't want to get no GoFundMe account to bury you.
And it's not even about that. If you do the life insurance policies correctly, that's how
Oh, yes. It can work for you while you're living.
it can work for you
yes,
while
it
you're
can.
living. And we just got to learn how to do that thing and work that thing. It's better to get it when you're younger because
Absolutely.
you have no ailments. You can get a higher amount of insurance.
Absolutely. And it's cheaper.
And it's cheap because it's cheaper for
Yeah.
you when you're younger. So I think like one of the number one things that I think a 35-year-old should have in place is a life insurance
Come
policy.
on. That's
and
good
and
stuff.
it should be whole life instead of term life.
Now,
Yes.
let's talk about it because whole life.
Now I'm not going to be able to give you all the particulars of that, Paul. If you
I'm
know
about
it,
to break it down. Whole life, it's a living insurance policy. You can
Right.
borrow against it, okay? That's 35-year-old woman should have an insurance policy, okay? Get whole life. But if you can get it, if you're 35, hopefully you already got it by the time you was 25, so you don't have to pay a higher rate. But you can borrow against it and do all sorts of other things. But at the very least, what should they just be getting? Just what it takes $8,000 to $10,000 to bury you if you want to be buried, right? Or is that more? Did it raise
no,
up?
Up to 10,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
About $7,000.
Don't get no $7,000 at 35. Don't get you. 'Cause, see, that's what we do. We shoot for the minimum.
Yeah.
For the funeral.
Yeah. No,
That's
no.
what I'm speaking of.
Yeah. So no, we talking about your policy. Go get you some hundred, at least 100 plus.
At least 100 plus.
It
Yeah.
takes about 10,000 to bury.
Now go get you a burial one,
Right.
Separate,
Yeah,
and
right.
get you a whole life for get you. you
Now
know,
listen,
Paul.
don't get out there and get no $10,000 whole life policy and then borrow $10,000 and
No,
you done
no,
died
no.
and we can't bury you. That is just too much.
No.
Don't do it. Please don't do it. My God. What? Okay, I'm gonna come to Miss
Turn.
Andrea. Do you
You
have
forgot
your
to-
turn? Because I'm getting ready to come around.
Okay.
Miss Paula, what is your answer? What should every woman at 35 have in place?
Well, like I said, Barbara said it. You need a burial insurance, which it costs about $10,000 to bury you.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be cremated, I think it's a little lower. And then a whole life insurance.
Absolutely.
Okay, a whole life. You want to at least do 100,000.
Come
I
on.
would say.
Absolutely.
You know, basically. Now, term life now it has a cutoff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
think it's like
seniors
90.
that's gotten jacked on term life.
Listen, my daddy been paying insurance all his life, and now he had to start all over because it expired.
Term life.
It expired while you're living. You hit, and you done paid all them thousands and thousands of dollars, and you ain't got nothing. They ain't gonna be kind. Now that sounds
That's
like
like a
highway
rip-off.
robbery.
Yeah,
it
it
is.
sounds like a
It
rip-off.
is, and somebody need to do something about that because you know that's too much. You sit there and pay, and then
Over
I mean,
20 years.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
So what's the whole life is for? If you paid $10,000 for your funeral, what is the whole life is for?
The whole life is like a bank. It's like it's almost like a slight bank, like a bank account.
Yeah.
You know, you paying into it for when you die, but it also has perks. You can borrow money against if you need a loan for your, you know, whatever it is, your house, your car. You can borrow whatever you need from that and start to rebuild that, and it'll always be there for you in emergencies.
And
So-
then too, if your house is not paid off, if you know whatever you're going to do with your kids, they can take that money and pay your house off. You know,
Yeah.
and then because that's how a lot of seniors lose their homes. Because,
Absolutely.
You know, there's nothing there to pay off, or you don't have nothing set to pay your home off.
It
you know,
used
with
to
your
be
children. Yeah.
Didn't it used to be a long time ago when you died, or is it still like that on some things when you die
you
and
can
you
pay
have
for that.
stuff-
Paid on death.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like
Your
didn't
house
it
will
used
be
to,
paid off.
no.
Is that?
That ain't what she's saying.
Okay, so what I'm saying is like if I buy my mom a house and if she die, if I die, it's paid off.
But you have to put that kind of insurance on.
Yeah,
That's
you have
the-
to put.
okay.
There's an insurance that is
Gotcha.
called paid on death. So
Okay,
whoever
paid
owns
on
the
death.
house, But you have to opt for that insurance
Yes.
and pay for that insurance in order to get that insurance.
Also, it's an additional insurance on top.
Yeah,
of
it's in
it.
a different.
Okay.
That's a different.
Okay.
That's a different,
Yeah.
and that's usually probably through your homeowner's
insurance, exactly.
If you have a house
Exactly.
and your homeowner's insurance, that's where that would be.
Right,
Come
right.
on, say that one more time for the people in the back.
It's paid on death insurance that you get through homeowners insurance. It's an additional option that you can get through, or you can get. There's companies that has that as an option.
Okay.
Just paid on death.
That's good stuff. That's
That's
good
good
stuff.
to know. That's good to know.
Now, my answer would be a 401k. I think
Absolutely.
every woman
or some kind of some
type of
investment.
IRA, whatever it is. I was reading up about a lot of stuff. Now, Mr. Miles, you over there shaking your head left to right. What should we have? And get in the mic. Can you get in the mic?
I'm not going to talk about it enough.
Go ahead.
The main thing is what she said. When Ms. Paula was saying was the when you can take money from it. You just said it.
The whole life. Whole life.
Because for 401k and give you the HOE. Because the thing is
HOE?
Yeah, that's what you want to be in.
I'm done.
You borrowing your own money and then you got to pay your
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
It don't make no sense.
Right.
It's really a ripoff that corporations came up with so they could borrow money from other corporations and finance.
Put you in.
But I don't know. I kind of like the 401k because Miss Paula, you had a 401. You got a 401k.
I got one too.
I had one.
You know what I'm saying?
I had a 401k.
Everybody sitting here should have a 401k.
But that's because we had jobs.
Yeah,
That was through the
that's what
county.
people ask
So
me
when
why.
you had jobs, they paid certain
right.
percentage. You paid certain
paid
percentage,
certain-
and it's
that's where
something.
I'm at.
But you could
Matching.
have something else that will
Absolutely.
maximize your dollars better
Absolutely.
than that 401k. That's kind of what he's saying.
Absolutely.
There's a better way to maximize your money than that.
Now, what about IRAs?
You called us in here trying to have a money meeting,
No, I
and did not prep us.
I didn't prep you.
Yeah, she up here talking about the relationship show. Now she having a whole money.
up.
She having financial management class. Like, girl, if you don't stop, if you don't stop trying to have a financial management class,
Okay.
look, we know some finance
Okay.
people. We can have one of them.
Right.
Listen.
I wanted to
You got your
comment on
answer,
it.
baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
My thing for I would say like have some type of trade or a hustle or something to fall back on.
Come on
'cause,
now.
you know, you never know what's gonna happen when you work
Absolutely.
these jobs. Like take myself, I got injured at a young age
Mm-hmm.
and was actually forced to retire from the county, because of the type of work I did in, corrections. So I think like some type of trade or, like a side hustle, you do hair, makeup, there's all type of things out here, that you can take classes for and learn.
Yeah.
So as you're getting to know yourself and building a career, you should also have some type of trade to fall back on
Absolutely.
in the off season.
Maybe you braid hair.
Yeah.
That's a hustle.
Yeah.
Cook dinners, selling dinners, that's
Yeah.
a hustle.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Legal
saying?
hustles.
Legal
Legal-
hustles, okay?
legal hustles.
Legal.
A savings account.
Period.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. Savings account. Yes.
Please get
Don't forget the education. Get you some
She
education.
said, get you some education.
Yeah, because
All right.
it will put you in a different bracket, but
Yeah.
make sure it's something that you like to do.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's why I mentioned some type of trade or
Yeah.
something like that. But there's all types of things to get into. You have makeup, you have hair.
Yeah.
I mean, you have all these different type of clothing lines coming out. If you're into designing,
All right. Okay. So, Miss Rob, did you have anything to say? Because I'm finna open up another can of worms.
She love these worms tonight.
I do.
Well, I do like the trade. I like the degree.
Okay.
Because one of the things I push in my daughter's head, before you pop up one of these babies and got to take care of one of them. You want to be
Absolutely.
able to do that
Absolutely.
because you don't want to depend on nobody else to take care of your child.
You want to be responsible.
So it's a plus when you got somebody to help you, but make sure you take care of yours.
Absolutely.
I'm giving that
Absolutely.
clap.
yes.
Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
come on. We
yeah,
get
yeah,
clapped
that's
because
right,
Mr. Miles
that's
stepped
right.
out the room.
'Cause
Mr.
it's a
Miles gonna
big
get fired on his day
responsibility.
off. He gonna get fired on his day off.
'Cause that's
Mr.
a-
Miles gonna get fired on his day off. I love you,
Yeah, to
Mr.
stop the
Miles.
vacuum.
I do. I love him. Okay, Barbara Bankston,
Yes, ma'am.
where are you at in your relationship?
I am single.
Okay.
I've always maintained I am single. I am open to dating. Look, everybody in the room.
We just looking straight forward. We ain't saying nothing.
No, seriously. I am single. I'm open to dating. I have gone out on dates. So it's not like I'm not at all dating at all. That is not true. But I am not committed to anyone.
She said she ain't committed to nobody.
Meaning that, and nobody's committed to me.
Absolutely.
So let me rephrase, not just that I'm not committed to someone, no one has committed to me, and so I am not committed to anyone. So I am single. I am dating. I'm enjoying
she's single.
life.
She
Are you
dating.
enjoying dating?
I am enjoying dating. I had told the father, I had prayed and said, God, I'm going to open myself. I'm about to say this comment, and it's probably it might get me in some trouble, but look, I'm here for it. So
she feeling froggy, y'all.
I am.
You should see her. She
I've
feeling
only
froggy.
been in love. I can say that I can identify that I've been in love. I'm 50, right? I've been married. I've been in love twice in my life, and nobody that I married did I ever love for real.
Oh, that's deep.
Wow.
Hold up. Well, it got to be some kind of sound on that soundboard that you can give me, because, baby, what did you say? Hold up. Go ahead. Say it again.
This isn't, and look, y'all getting this, and this isn't something that I'm proud of. This is something that I made choices.
Right.
I got married because I was pregnant. And so I made choices to marry and be accountable to my choice, and I was faithful. But I didn't do it in the name of love.
So did you do that before you got married?
Did I know that I didn't love him? I got married because I had that kid.
Okay.
And I felt like my child deserved her father. When I first got married, I felt like my child deserved her father. I felt like every one of my children deserved they deserve for me to, if I was going to be out there, they deserve to have their mama and daddy in their life.
Absolutely.
And for us to raise. Now, I'm not.
Where that can come from?
It was in my mind, and it probably came from the fact that my dad and my mom was not together, and there was probably pieces that I missed, and I felt like I could have had that if my dad was in the house, and I did not want to rob my children of the opportunity to have both parents in the
That's
house.
beautiful. Give
That's
it up, Mr. Miles. Give it up. Listen.
And if that meant me sacrificing love, I did it.
Listen. You know, in this life, there are so many things that we could regret.
Oh, my mama said, watch it.
Mama,
I'm watching her on.
She said, watch it.
She said, watch it.
She said, watch it now. Watch it.
Not too much.
Not too much. My kids, you know, listen, I'm gonna unpack a little bit of that. My kids, I feel lately a great amount of regret. And when I say that, it's just like, you know, when I married their father, it was the best love of my life.
Yeah, you shared that with
And I messed that up. Man, listen, if you got somebody that's in your corner that is loving you to no end, please listen.
Don't mess it up.
Please.
Masheba, you gonna make me run.
You, please don't mess it up. Listen, I'm just saying, y'all.
And so, Masheba, to add on to that, I had decided when I was getting ready, because I've gone in and out of dating in the last few years, and I'd be like, there's so many. I mean, what are these dudes out here doing? They just want
They
the
are
buns.
weird.
They just
They
weird.
weird.
They doing all So
and they smell funny.
and this last time,
What y'all smell like?
What they
What is
smell
that?
like?
what is that? Right. And you can smell them without getting close. And so I made up my mind, like we crazy. I told you we really crazy on here. We knew it was gonna be something special.
Okay.
So before I started dating or opened myself up to dating, I said, God, I don't want to open myself up to dating. I want to open myself up to love.
To love. Man, you got to pray about it for real.
But I've been praying, but I said that I was going to open myself up to love. So that's the space that I'm in, because I think, geez, I don't know. Like, can I have it? I don't don't care about my age. I'm 51. So can I have it? I don't look it, but I don't. Can I?
don't, girl. You
So can I have it? You know what I'm saying?
50 or 51?
I'm 51.
Okay, you said 50 earlier.
I was gonna say over 50,
Okay.
but I'm 51, and as a matter of fact, I'll be 52 this year. I'm
on
proud
now.
of that.
For sure.
Listen, I'm kicking 50 door down. I'm gonna be twerking on tables on June 4th.
Right.
On tables.
So listen, I got a question to ask you, Miss Webb.
Yes, sir.
You said something about if you get you somebody that's good, that's loving you, don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up.
So I have a question. What if that person is loving you good? Because I was sitting over here trying to get a thought on that question.
Okay.
As long as you loving that person real good, that person knows you loving them real good, but you're not getting the response that you're supposed to get.
Ooh, I love it.
Yeah.
Come on, open it up, Barbara.
I love it. I knew you were going there.
Open it up. Let's go.
All right.
Open
now.
it up. Bust it wide open, Barb.
So are you trying to say you're loving the person or the person is loving you? Because she said if you find somebody
So either or. I'm just saying that if you love a person, you loving them, like you said, but you're not getting that back
From the person.
from the person. And it doesn't matter how good you are. That person says, "This is who I am."
So this is what I say in situations like if the person say this is who I am, you got to say, can you handle it? And love ain't got nothing to do with that. That has to do, can you handle that?
Right.
Of who they are. Because if you can't handle that, all the love in the world is not going to bring them to what you want them to be.
Absolutely.
Right? Because that's who, if they say this is who I am, then and you can't handle that, then you got to let that go. And you're going to have to trust God to allow you to love, to get somebody that's going to, because
Absolutely.
I believe
Reciprocate.
Come on now.
my
Reciprocate.
my
has been on the
theme for this
table.
year for my ministry, for the things that I'm doing in my life is love heals. That's the word that God gave me. Everything you do, you're gonna do it from a place of your heart, and you're gonna do it in love, or you're not gonna do it this year, right?
At all.
Right.
For me, so this is my wheelhouse. This is where I'm at. So I've literally been studying this thing called love, right? And how we have messed it up and warped it in our mind and have given it such a bad
Jesus.
name that
Come on.
we don't even know how to love anymore.
Real class on today. Come
You know
on,
what I'm
Lord.
saying? We have a misconception of love. But the truth is, the Bible says that love is going to conquer and that love wins. And
Yes,
so,
Lord.
and that's the final word. And so I'm going to stand on the final word. But if you loving somebody that ain't loving you back or don't have the capacity to love you back, you might want to let that go. Because that will make you lose your mind. That will make you hurt. Love will make you hurt somebody.
Run.
I'm talking about for real.
Love will.
She ain't never lie.
Love will make you hurt somebody.
Yes, it will.
Because if they not loving you back, because if a person loves you back, they're gonna use care. They're gonna make sure that you're protected. They're gonna make sure
God.
that
Come
you're
on.
safe.
You preach.
They're gonna protect your emotions. They're gonna protect your mental health. Now that don't mean that it won't ever happen, but they're not gonna be the one that intentionally go
Bruise
in
you.
and bruise and traumatize you
Absolutely.
if they love you.
If they love you, and especially if you telling them, you know, you giving everything you need to give them. I gave you all the keys. Okay, you can lock every lock on this. You got all the keys, but you don't never use it. You just continue to do that toxic behavior that drives me insane.
You know, because when you
like
with
I'm gonna be
somebody, you
spoken
know
word.
what's gonna throw them off, Masheba. You think that Ike don't know what to do
Wait a
to
minute.
Masheba? He know exactly what to do to Masheba. That's gonna sit, and he know when to shut his mouth too, because he know when he went too far. But we all know that when you're in a relationship, you know what's gonna send your mate over.
Triggers.
So love will tell you don't do that.
Absolutely.
Even if you right.
And the thing is,
That's
even
the
when
hard
that
part.
person still says, "But I love you,"
That-
and that action is not lining up, no,
That's a good one. There, even when you're right.
Even when you're right, because love will make you give up your right to be right.
absolutely.
Yes, it will.
You better say it one more time, doggone it.
I said
better get up
love
to
will
that
make you give up your right to be right.
And that's all she wrote.
So I have a question.
Come on,
Right?
That's sad with
My
the dots
question-
on it.
My question says, what do you all think what will be good or solid or a solid foundation way to raise children? I need 3 answers.
Well, first of all, God. You got to have God. You know, God has to lead. See, and that's the biggest thing in a family today. That man having enough will to humble himself unto God, to be able to, instead of leading us off cliffs. You know, it's really hard right now to find someone, and I ain't been looking, but I've been looking at people, and I've been examining people's relationships and things that I see, and it just seems to me, and I know I'm probably going all off the subject, but you just touched on something, you struck a nerve. You know, we as women, we want to be protected. We need to feel safe. We need to feel like if King Kong come and knock on our door, I ain't got to get up and fight King Kong, that you going to get up and handle King Kong. It doesn't take much. And it just seems like I'm wondering, like all this relationship show that I've done about my relationship, I'm just wondering, like, what, like, I don't, you have to want a relationship, and you have to want to do the right thing. You have to want to, and that's the most important thing. A willing heart. I always say that. A willing heart. You have to want to do the right thing by that person. You have to want to, and then some men need that woman to feed him, feed his ego. It gets to be a lot, y'all. It gets to be a lot.
If you feed his ego, because we did get off the subject.
We did.
But if you feed his ego, then you still in the same situation.
Yeah.
Because his ego's still going to be there.
Well, when y'all come around to me and it's my turn to answer where am I in my relationship, I'm going to explain to you exactly where I'm at.
Okay.
I'm going to say the question one more time.
Okay.
I got it.
I got an answer for it too.
Me too.
But I'm going to say the question one more time.
Okay.
I want to know, what is a foundational way to raise children? And 3 answers.
Okay.
I have one.
Go ahead.
Structure.
Structure.
Okay.
Miss Paula?
It's got to be love too.
What kind of structure?
Ooh.
All around structure.
All
From
around.
the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Structure. You know,
Plans in place. Okay, like
like bad times. You know, just routine and structure, discipline.
I believe that is a part of it, because I believe if you're not a structured person, if you're not, planning for tomorrow, if I don't plan for my show, it ain't gonna be no show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Mr. Miles not gonna do the show.
Would you consider that a child need to know how to? Everything I teach you, because I'm teaching you repetitiously, I'm on your head. Okay, and so I should not, at a point in your life, even when you're young, that I have to say, clean your bedroom,
Absolutely.
wash the dishes.
Part of structure and routine.
Absolutely.
It's supposed to be, because
Right.
you got to remember, when you're raising children,
Teach.
somebody else is going to be a part of that child's life eventually. And due to the fact that person is going to be a part of that child's life, just because of certain thing that foundational. Wash it behind.
See, a lot of that is repetition. A parent has to be a parent,
Right,
and
you
has
have to
to
still.
Absolutely, it has to be every day. Like, you can't tell Sandy to come brush her teeth on a Wednesday, and every Wednesday, and they followed her up on Tuesday and Monday to see if she did it or not, and then now she got cavities because we didn't say. It's repetition. You have to stay repetitious. You have to stay on them, and you got to be direct. And you gotta have God and love
And routine. Routine. You get up at a certain time, you brush your teeth, you get in the shower, you have breakfast. And then if it's a school day, with time to leave for school, then you come home from school, you do your homework, you have lunch, you have playtime, then you get ready for bed. That's the routine every day.
That's the routine.
And create structure.
So do you think this is a child come home from school? Okay, and I'm talking about down here. I ain't talking about up here. I'm talking about down
5,
here.
6, 7.
And so, do the parents should be there at the table with the child with the homework?
Yes.
Okay.
But a lot of
Okay.
parents can't do the homework.
Okay.
That the kids come.
Well,
up.
I'm asking these questions because
Yeah,
there's a lot of young ladies don't know this.
So
Right,
listen.
They
should
don't know.
sit down
They
with your
don't
kids
know
and
how
do the
to
homework.
raise their kids. They give the kids the cell phone.
Because my answer gonna help us.
Okay.
My answer is the foundation for kids is having 2 solid parents that's ready to be parents.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
At the end of the day, you're not getting no structure. You're not getting no daughter that's don't know what she's doing because you're not ready. Some people just get. So if you really want a solid foundation for children, It's to have two parents that are ready to be parents.
Come on.
And that aren't living in this dysfunctional life.
Monstrosity.
Sorry.
Right.
That's
too much.
That's what it boils
I don't
down
even.
to.
Everything else they said is wonderful, but if you got two parents that ain't ready to be parents,
It's not going to work.
The children
the
gonna
kids gonna be raising the parents.
So listen, I'm getting
exactly.
ready to. I'm on Facebook Live, and I'm getting ready to read over. Pastor Over Tate said, "This is good, y'all." He said, "You can't make someone love you. Love doesn't make you hurt someone. It's your feelings about how you feel and what you feel, or think the response you're receiving should be."
I agree and I disagree. So I think that you can love somebody and then somebody, because I see this happen I deal with couples all the time. So I actually counsel couples all the time. And I see couples say things. It doesn't mean that they don't love them, but their spouse will do something to them and it will cause them to say something to hurt them because they want them to feel
it,
what they've done to them. So they're
Absolutely.
trying to get you to feel something. So I do think that now if they didn't love them, it wouldn't care.
They wouldn't care.
They
They'd
wouldn't
be
care. You
so
can say,
indifferent.
You can say whatever you want.
Whatever
you
you
can do
wanna
what
say.
you want.
I don't
and
care.
I don't care because it doesn't matter to me.
Absolutely.
Right? But because I love you, I'm going to fight. And sometimes I fight back wrong. And I'm not saying that it's right, but it's just a wrong approach because now I want you to feel what you made. I want you to hurt like you hurt me.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean, so when I say love will cause you to hurt somebody, I mean that. It will cause you to say things that you know that is going to hurt them. I'm going to stand by that. Because if I didn't love you or if I didn't care, I could care less what you say because it doesn't pierce. It doesn't bother me. It's whatever deuces. Bye.
Absolutely. We
Right.
indifferent.
I see couples
don't
do
care.
it all the time.
You want them to be aware of what they've done.
But
Absolutely.
instead of communicating, it goes back to what me and Miles was saying earlier, understanding and communicating. So we lack the ability to communicate that this hurt me. Instead, we want to show you, so we lash out in our pain.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't, but it's because we love you.
So how come did we get to that point that we have to lash out? Because there has been other things going on.
Because we haven't been communicating. There's
this
no
mic
effective
on?
communication.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that that's when me and Miles first started, we said communication and understanding. So you got to have both. In order to have understanding, you got to be able to communicate these things first.
Right.
Then
Absolutely.
comes the understanding. And so again, I understand what he's saying. Love does not bring pain, but I'm going to beg to differ. I believe that when Jesus was on that cross and he was dying for our sins, there was some pain attached to that
My
love
God,
that kept him
my
on
God,
Calvary.
my God.
So that's just me. I mean,
And thank you, Jesus, for dying.
I'm sure that there's a little bit of love and pain that when he watches Barbara sometime and Barbara don't make the right choices and he like, come on now, I know you know better
Absolutely.
than that, and I got to sit here and I died for you and you still doing this. It's not like that's not within your scope or capacity, ma'am. You just making a bad choice. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a little pain and disappointment and love all wrapped into it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree.
So, Miss Andrea, where are you at in your relationship?
Oh, I have a boyfriend.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Claps.
Clap, 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 clap.
Miles, why didn't I get claps for singing
Clap,
this?
clap, clap, clap.
I'm just messing with because nobody had to tell him he was celebrating you but why can't I be happy in my singleness?
Singledom is amazing. Okay.
Go ahead, Andrea.
Quit playing.
Yeah, I'm loving it. The communication is better, compromising,
Yeah.
No matter how long you've known someone, you still have to take time to get to actually know them, know the triggers. And like Barbara was saying, the tit for tat is not where you want to be if you're trying to have a healthy relationship.
Absolutely.
So I'm learning myself that, because you snap, I'm clapping, but I have to
Period.
learn to think and, not just act. So that makes a healthy relationship on my part because we all
Period.
bring the toxic and stuff to the table, but, is you have your ins and outs, even just like a day-to-day relationship with a sister or brother or anything. You used to have to communicate, put everything on the table, and let everyone be able to express how they feel about this. You can agree to disagree on anything, but as long as we have an understanding that I feel this way about that and you feel that way about that, and we respect each other's feelings. You understand what I'm saying? So,
And Miss Andrea is very high, very, very high on respect.
yes, I am.
That's very high on respect. And let's just elaborate really quickly and swiftly where you were to now.
I was really rocky. I'm like the type of person I really don't like confrontation. So my first impulse is to just leave.
Right.
And when you just leave things unhandled, nothing ever gets settled.
Ooh,
So I tend to get
you
a little
I
emotional.
like that.
My emotions tend to take over, and sometimes we do say things we don't mean. But I try to think of what I'm going to say, before I say it. And I have had to apologize for saying things how I said it, but I meant what I said.
Absolutely. It makes a lot of sense.
I love
like,
it.
I'm sorry.
I love
That
her
I fiery
growth.
darts with that, but I meant every word that I said.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Being able to
That's it.
take accountability for my part in triggering something. So a situation could happen and, I'm saying this or that, and you say something to trigger that, then I just blow up and, that's not my character, but it does happen, And the most important part is then when you can come together and talk about it well, and everybody is accountable. Like, I shouldn't have said this, and the other person says, well, I shouldn't have said that because that's what blew everything out of proportion. And that's, that make things a lot easier in any type of relationship.
That's good, Miss Andrea. That's really, really good. Okay, so Mr. Rob, where you at in your relationship?
Well, I'm at a,
She's listening.
She is. She probably downstairs in the lobby.
I'm at a stand. We at a standstill, and the reason why we at a standstill when it comes to our relationship is that we have things that's going on, like business wise. Gotcha. We're focused on other things right now, and so it really don't have a lot of time right now for it, for the big thing. Yeah, putting the ring on. Because we are focusing on a couple of things that needs to be taken care of.
That's good.
It's definitely, especially one that she's dealing with.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just got a contract for myself, subcontracting for a company, my own business, and so
congratulations.
Trying to do something. I wanted to do something else, but I changed my mind and said, you know what? I don't need no more. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my paperwork there. I'm gonna get my education. Finish up, get my little associate, my mental, what they call that, mental health.
Mental health. All right, now. We have our own little psychologist on the show. Okay.
I want to lock that up.
All right. Well, all right, but Miss Paula, where are you at in your relationship?
Well, this year in July will be 40 years of marriage.
Yes. Mr. Michael. We send love and positive energy out to my brother.
47 years being together.
47.
That's
how you say it. 47.
And
35,
like I
47.
said, we're totally
Sorry.
Yeah. We're totally different people. And we just learn how to talk and work out things. You know what I'm saying? I used to be really shy, if you want. Yeah. And speaking out on things wasn't my thing. I would just be quiet. But now God has me speaking out, but I do listen when I want to say other things. He'll have me be quiet and just listen. So a lot of things is you have to be able to listen to.
My God, that was good. That's good right there. Well, where I'm at in my relationship is really just working, not focusing on the negative, not focusing on that, not focusing, just throwing myself into jobs. I just got a second job, y'all.
Oh, wow.
I just got a second job. I'll be working midnights. And then I have an afternoon job that I do during the week. I do 2 days there in the day, and then I do 1 day on the week. Well, they let me off for church, Paula.
Oh,
That's awesome.
So I get to come to
told
church.
you.
I don't know if it's going to be every Sunday, but whatever Sundays I'm off, I'm going to be coming to church. But I just dug myself into my work. The shows, I have like 2 other shows coming from Soul TV. It's going to be a news telecast, and then it's going to be a crime show, Unsolved and Solved. So we're going to actually just keep it right there and just stay with the work, stay away from the negative.
That's good. I love it.
Even with the children, I kind of given my children a little time to themselves. Yes, come on with that.
Everyone needs time to themselves.
Yes, I've given
Even you.
even me.
Yeah.
I needed it. I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when people are hurt by you and they say that they forgive you and they really don't, it just keeps coming up. It just keeps coming up and showing in manifesting in other ways. You know what I'm saying?
Resurfacing.
Yeah.
Resurfacing. I got tired of the snake head just.
You know, I'm teaching a
Just-
Bible study
I'm
right
tired.
now, and when I
Can't do
heard
it.
you say this, I thought about what I said yesterday, and so I'm teaching that we fight spiritual thing. That's a spiritual battle that
Yeah.
you're talking about, and we're so quick to put when we identify our problems, our challenges, and
Put
our
physical
struggles.
limits.
We assign it to a person, and we put them in a
Box.
in a box, but we forget that that's really not. I'm not fighting because the Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Absolutely.
But we choose to fight the battle with the flesh and blood instead of attacking it in the spirit.
Absolutely.
And that's why we stay in these vicious cycles because you can never get to the root of a thing until you get through, you got to get to the root of the thing through the spirit realm, not through the natural.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right.
And that's what God is showing me.
Yeah.
He-
and so
he
what
told-
you said is exactly that
Yeah.
because you're going through that.
He told me to step back and pray. Just don't say nothing. Don't rescue nobody.
Right.
Don't, you know what I'm saying? Just let sometimes it be so much going on and you just need to just chill. God
You don't
was
wanna
like,
take in all that.
yeah, because
Sometimes it can be overwhelming.
I'm very receptive to any energy. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's evil energy, I'll be able to feel it. You know, if the person doesn't have good intention or if there's some spirits going on, whatever, I'm able to discern all of that and pick it up. But yeah, God told me to just kind of just silence, just let it ride for a minute.
Be obedient.
Yeah, don't even try to be, just chill.
No
And-
comments, no nothing.
And no comments, no nothing. And I haven't seen one of my children since before Christmas. I haven't talked to her either. You know, so
And that's okay.
and it is okay. I love her with all my heart. I still love her to death. That's my baby. But God, it was too much. I couldn't keep. It was like a serious roller coaster I was on, trying to make sure that she didn't fail or fall, or I was the perfect mother, tried to make up for leaving them, and it's just
Can't
and then
do it.
yeah, and then when I sit here and I think like, Lord have mercy, my life could have been so much different. My children's life could have been so much different if I wasn't doing what I was doing, you know. And that's why I come to tell you, and I said that if you have somebody who really loves you, I'm talking about really loves you, I ain't talking about that you got to try and figure out if they love you, you have to wonder about it. I'm talking about that unprecedented, serious, just that love of God, but from a husband.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
a blanket. That I haven't found that ever again. I came close. I did actually. I found it, but he wasn't close to it in the brain and in the heart, mind, and soul. But I'm telling you, you know, that really weighs heavy on me during this hiatus from my children. You know, I just wish I could have been a better mother and been able to stand in there, hold it together like I see them struggling and doing now.
Yeah.
You know?
But you also have to just forgive yourself and know that you did.
I do. That's the thing.
I know. But then it comes up when you
It
see.
hurts.
It
It
hurts when
hurts.
you see. Because I do that with my kids. When I see my kids struggling in an area because of a choice that I made.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, man. But the problem is we do everything. We try to do everything in our power to do right by our kids. But
Yeah.
that. And then you have more than one child, and you'll see one turn out all right, and then the other one
just like you, and then the other one's just like the dad, probably.
Yeah. And then some of the stuff I never showed them, and where did they get that from?
You.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was on the phone with one of my baby girl yesterday, and she was talking. I have her radio, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about keeping that. Like, have you bought another radio yet, daughter?" She's like, "No, mom. I'm like, "No." She's like, "No, that's mine. I need it. They don't even make it anymore." I said, "You sound just like your daddy." When I was trying to get my way, and he, "Nope, won't do it." So it hurts. It hurts because I know that life could have been so much better, and maybe my grands and everybody could have been able to be together, and not be so spread it apart. And I just feel like I forever shall take a part of the
responsibility.
Yeah.
I have a response from Over Tate, and they say when two people love one another and lash out at one another, there is going to be a wounding and possible death. Then how do you recover? You have to recover from that hurt and the original problem.
It goes back to the communication piece. Like, it goes back to the communication. We discussed that. Wisdom and I talked about that. You gotta learn to communicate.
Absolutely.
And you have to be aware. And I think once you couples learn how to communicate with each other, like not blaming. I can say you hurt me without blaming you for what you said. If I tell you the right way. It doesn't mean I have to bash you. You could say something and I can literally say, this made me feel without attacking you. And we're so quick to attack because because it hurts, right?
It hurts,
But if we learn effective communication and saying, this made me feel, then that will cause them to rethink. I didn't attack you. I just told you my piece of it.
Exactly.
I didn't attack you for your piece. And I think we have to learn effective communication.
Exactly.
And then the understanding comes with listening. I've learned to regurgitate what I heard or what I think you said.
Exactly.
So that I know, because just in case I missed it, and then you can say, no, that's not what I said. Or if that's how you took it, that's not what I meant. And so that comes with effective listening and effective communication. That's effective communication and effective listening. And once couples learn how to master that and stop playing that blame game on each other and attacking, we won't go in offense and defense mode. We'll go into effective communication.
Come on now.
And that's a great
Listening. See, that's what I'm saying.
I know you.
And I know you. That's why I said, if you know me, you already know. Because now I feel like you tested me. You tested my Jesus. That's what you're doing. You tested my gangster and my Jesus. You trying to see which one gonna rise. Because you know how to. Because when you have a husband and a wife, or when you're intimately, even when we were dating or whatever, I'm getting to know somebody. I can gauge their temperament. Now I do want to see when I'm dating. I do want to see somebody.
Oh, I'm gonna push
almost to their limit.
I'm gonna push
because I need to see what your reaction gonna be.
I need to see it in the light of day.
A little bit, but I know when I done push.
Come on,
and I gotta pull that thing back because I do need to know how far you gonna go. I need to know what you gonna say. Push and pull. I'm with you, push and pull. So yeah,
I don't talk crazy to women. Never have.
But I bet you can get reckless, sir.
No, but this is.
I bet he can too. Because he done did it here. He done pushed us without talking crazy to us.
So I'm feeling what you're saying, because when you're in a relationship with a person, and in the relationship, and you're communicating to that person, over and over again that you're pissing me off, okay?
Right.
And so they're not hearing what you're saying, and so now, because you're taking me out, like you said, challenging your Jesus.
Now I think you dangling something in front of me. Now what you want?
Now you're challenging me, and now I unconsciously said,
absolutely,
nigga, right? Nigga. that's not who I am.
Right.
Right,
And you
right.
know that's not who I am.
Right.
Right.
So why is it that you pushing me to go here?
You pushing me to go there.
Now
That's what I was
listen,
just talking about.
That's a whole nother conversation.
That's a whole show.
That's a whole show.
I think
Why
we
you
push.
pushing
We
me?
do because I was gonna say something similar to that, but yeah, we push each other.
We
and
push each
play.
other.
And these mind games.
It's mind games.
Listen, how come if you want to hold my hand? See, my husband, he'll get next to me. He'll just put his hand right there. Innuendos, ain't that what that's called?
Yeah. Well, if you date me, if I want to hold your hand, I'm holding your hand,
That's all.
and you gonna have to pull it back,
That's all I'm trying to say.
and then I'm gonna feel rejection.
It's too much. Just do it. I'm just saying, I like spontaneity.
Just
I
hold my
like
hand.
it. I
Oh, I
like it
love
a lot.
Listen,
You better be spontaneous. Dealing with me. I'm a Gemini.
Yes, I'm a
Okay.
Gemini too.
Yes, we're crazy, okay?
Yeah,
In the spirit of love. Miles, we're crazy in the
Miles.
spirit of
Does that
love.
make sense now?
Listen, we draw lines. We draw lines. What would you say we like as Geminis, man?
What do you mean, like?
Man, listen.
Listen,
we so much
I do
alike, it
know
don't
that
even make
I-
no doggone sense, Barbara
grew up
Bankston.
with
It's
the
funny
Gemini.
because when I know people don't like to believe in astrology, but when I talk to other people who are born in that June month, I promise you, we got like spirit.
Dog. Listen, we kindred spirits. Even if you're a man, I love to meet a male Gemini.
Male Geminis, I can't stand. I mean, not can't stand,
I'm
but
best
I'm
friends
not,
with 'em.
I don't. Yeah, I bet you are because
I
my
am.
ex is one, and you and him were friends.
We were good friends. We
Good
still
friends.
friends.
They
but
still good friends.
It's like you
weird.
can't tell them nothing.
She a better friend.
He's weird.
She a
I
better
love
friend
him,
than
though.
me to him.
Gemini men.
She
you
don't
can't
like him
tell
at all.
them nothing.
Right.
She don't like him.
That's it.
There
You
go.
can't tell them
Nothing.
Listen,
You can't
is
tell
that
a
what it
woman
is?
Gemini nothing either. Now.
Hold on.
That's
You
all
can't.
the way.
You can tell a.
Did Miss Paula
I mean-
just cuss me out?
You can tell a woman Gemini stuff. I listen.
They don't listen.
I think that I, as a woman Gemini, because I have the Holy Ghost, there's some attributes that I don't carry that is typical of the other. But that's because I have the Holy Ghost.
Right.
And I tell people all the time, if he take his thumb or he take his pinky off of me, you might see a whole different person. You'd be like, where did that come from? That meant the Holy Ghost didn't have control in that very moment. And Barbara didn't have
took it
control, but BB, who is my
stepped in.
youthful person knows how to come in and protect me.
She said
like
youthful
I'm being
person.
honest. Like I know how to come, and I know that sounds crazy, but there's something inside of me when I feel backed into a corner that I will come out fighting. But I've been delivered from it. But every now and then, if I feel like
Pop
I'm
up.
being
Push.
trapped, no, not pushed, but trapped. If I feel trapped, then I come out fighting.
Listen, there is something in me
I get it, Masheba.
that when I get to a certain level of anger, my heart starts beating fast.
Damn.
I get this adrenaline pumping through my whole body. I just get like, oh
You know who
my
else
God.
do that?
like,
Them Leos.
listen, no, I'm really serious, y'all. My husband could say the wrong thing to me. And I'm talking about like a fighting word. He could say something to me and make me just angry to the point, and all of a sudden I feel my blood pressure, my heart just palpitating. I just feel it. Adrenaline running like, dog, I'm ready to run you right straight through that window on the 3rd floor. And we going down. Yeah.
But you can fix that.
No, I don't want to fix it.
I
don't wanna fix it.
When I say you can fix it, I don't mean fix it, and because I don't believe that. Like for instance, the dope dealer. We're gonna use him for an example. The dope dealer, okay? And you tell him, okay, you could do a better job. All you gotta do is just change the story. I'm not telling you to stop being a hustler, but do it the right way.
Yeah, so the reason why I say right now I don't want to change it is because I lead with that in so many different ways. I never drew boundaries. I never had guidelines for you to go by. I never had none of that. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm where I am, listen, I ain't playing.
But I think,
And if I say it, I mean it.
But see, this is the thing: people don't realize boundaries protect
you,
Them too.
you.
you.
Me having boundaries mean that I am not
I
just
love
protecting
Jesus.
myself,
I
but
love
I'm
you.
literally protecting you because one of my other things that I am trying to teach especially women, be aware of who you are. Be aware of what's going to rock you. You got to be so aware of yourself so that you know when you have reached your limit, so that you don't get out there where you out of control anymore.
Right. Absolutely.
Because it's once you get cross over, you be done wrecked up so much stuff that you wasn't even trying to wreck. Like you'll wreck your life, you'll wreck your kids' life, you'll wreck your husband. I mean, relationships with your parents. All these relationships you'll be done wrecked because you aren't aware that you have crossed over. And once you get over there, it's a storm.
Hard coming back.
Yeah. And it's hard to get back.
And don't nobody want to cross over that line that you done crossed over. It's a storm. Don't nobody want to go over there.
That's why it's good that you put boundaries in.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't let nobody tell you.
That's what I'm saying, Barbara Bankston.
And stay in them boundaries. Because you're protecting somebody.
I gotta stay in the square.
Right.
It's too much. Next time y'all gonna see channel 2, 4, and 7. 50. She done flipped.
Yeah.
No.
That's why I mentioned earlier about, when, like, as far as confrontation in myself, when I get to a certain point, I just have to go.
Yeah,
when I
leave.
find myself, like, I'm about to get out of character and say something and do something crazy and I feel it coming, that's why I leave.
Because I'm going to let you know something. I don't care how saved you are, what denomination you from, what bishop you sitting underneath. If you a woman, you got a crazy gene, okay? That gene is there. Okay, and just because you dress it up on a Sunday and you pack the right Bible and you got your shoes on, they red bottoms, and you try to play like you perfect. Listen, everybody, it's just
it
a
ain't
human
that
being.
we not we don't like to play like we're perfect, but we try to really get ourselves
mask is really
I ain't gonna say mask because I do believe that I might have a little gene in me, right? No, I don't might. I mean, look, you got me on. I feel like she put me on national TV to say that I got a little bit
I'm
crazy.
not. What I'm
but
saying.
I know what you're saying. I agree with her, but I think that is probably provoked because I've seen some of the sweetest people. I got a goddaughter, amazing, just such a gentle, sweet spirit. But I know there's certain spaces that you will cause her to come, and you would be shocked. I would be shocked because I'm talking about this is the sweetest little girl. She's not a little girl anymore, but the sweetest girl I know on this earth. But there is a place inside of her that you can push that's gonna cause something to come out of her that you never seen. And then there's people like us that you ain't got to push that hard.
And if you with somebody and let's talk about that right there, that button. She's the sweetest person in the world, but she got that button that you can push and it'll drive her to that certain place. This is a point I was trying to make earlier, and I know I'm not completely on the subject that you was talking about, but what if you got a mate that will just push the button?
So that's why you got to have this communication and that's what I mean about love, because if you love me, you're not going to try to push me. You're going to protect me. I've had love before. Listen, I'm going to share this. One of the people that I know that absolutely loved me, we were in our youth. I don't know how much of this I can divulge, but we were in our youth. But this person protected me so in a way that I wouldn't be their girlfriend anymore. But see, love doesn't mean that we like that, right? And I remember coming into a room and you gonna protect me, and you don't care who you in the room with. Okay. It doesn't matter who you in the room with. You're still going to make sure that I'm protected, right? Okay. That my feelings are protected, that I feel safe. And I think that if you have a spouse that's not protecting your feelings, protecting your emotions, protecting your mental, because I'm going to do that for you. I'm not asking you to do something that I'm not going to do. Absolutely. If you're not protecting those areas in me and you're pushing me and you want to see that, I don't know. That's insensitive.
I know. I got a young lady friend. Let me rephrase that. I got a play sister, right? And baby, she don't play by her husband.
Right.
You hear me? I'm gonna tell you something. There was some kind of little violation that went down, and she was there. Okay, like 2 peas in the pod, baby, and she let it know. Whether it was a family, friend, foe, it didn't matter. She let you know. No.
Period.
It's open.
And I'm not talking about, but see, this is what I'm not talking about in a way when I say protected, meaning that you're not gonna let me be disrespected. You're not gonna make me feel, because true love can go to the boundaries of friendship, right? And so it passes. We get so caught up in that, and that's why I said I've been really, really studying love. So I can recognize love because I felt love and I know love. And the greatest experience that I had with this person wasn't when I was dating them. The greatest experience I had was when I wasn't giving you anything. I wasn't owing you nothing. You wasn't trying to sleep with me. That was the true representation of love when it was outside of us being intimate.
All right. Let me tell you something. Look, when I worked at Ford's, I had a friend like that. When we go out, nobody could do anything. They were always there to protect us.
Period.
Always. Okay.
Period.
Even he would come. You all right?
Period.
You know, anything going on? Now that was just a friendship.
And
okay.
what a precious friendship that is.
But nothing came between us getting in situations that we were not able to, get out of, or, him being there. He made sure nothing went down.
Absolutely.
Right. And so I'm not saying that this person disrespected their wife or disrespected their significant other or whoever they were with in that moment. Is they always made sure that I was protected. It's something different. It doesn't mean that I got to disrespect. I'm not going to disrespect the person you with. And I'm not going to disrespect. If you're married, I'm surely not going to disrespect your wife. But there's a level of respect that comes when you truly love someone.
Now, on that note, listen, we've had an amazing show. This is we're coming down to the end of it. We're gonna pick up, Miss Barbara. Put the marker there. All right, put the needle on the record. Okay, all right. I'm getting ready to play my last song, and we got to talk about my brother Kevin Lemons that was on the show a few months back. He came for our anniversary for the LaQuint Weaver and the Hallelujah Singers. We had a concert, and they came. And then after that concert, he came up here. The Masheba Webb show went to them for his concert. And this young man has passed on and is resting with Jesus. And Kevin, oh, babes, man, listen, we send love to the family.
Yes.
We send love to the wife, the children, the cousins, the aunties, the uncles, just everybody.
Yes.
We love you all from the Masheba Webb show.
Yes.
And I'm getting ready to play a video in honor of Kevin. And after this video, we're going to end the show. We're going to get up out of here. We're going to pick back up where we left off. The next relationship show will be next month. But I just want to say, anything you want to say, Miss Paula, to Kevin or to his wife?
I just thank you for inviting us to come and join you in their celebration.
Yeah.
It was such an amazing thing for us. And I would never forget it.
Absolutely, man. It's still in my inbox. He said, this is your personal invitation.
Yes.
And we took it and ran. All right. So this song is called For Your Good by Kevin Lemons and Higher Calling.
Really, just play someone to encourage you. It's working out for your good. All right? Whatever you're going through, whatever you have experienced, whatever trials and tribulations you have faced, it's all coming together and it's working for your good. For we know that all things work together for the good of them who love the Lord. God bless you. We love you. Thank you so much. We'll see you in a few months. Clap your hands while you're looking. Come on, come on. I got to stand up on this. No, test and trial. Test and trial. Try to disappointment left you in a drought. Let's go. But I have good news from glory. This is not the end of the story. Tell you, it's gonna work. Oh yes, it is. For your test and trial. Disappointment. Test and trial. Disappointment. Test and trial. Hey! disappointment. Y'all got to put your weight on it, girls. Let's go. This is not the end of the story. Sing it again. But I have. Let's go out. It's gonna work. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yeah. We got two different quads going on, but it's gonna work. I don't know which way y'all turning, but it's all right. It's gonna work. We're gonna figure it out some kind of way. All right, it's gonna work. Oh, yes, it is. It's gonna work. For your good. It's gonna work. Though he slay me, yet will I trust him. It's gonna work. God's delay is never his denial. It's gonna work. Oh, it's gonna work. Now let's clap our hands for your good. It's gonna work. Out in my mind, it's gonna work. Yes, it's gonna work. For your good. It's gonna work. It's gonna work. Come on, put your weight on it. It's gonna
do. My God, that was Kevin Lemons and Higher
Yes,
Calling.
yes,
With It's Gonna Work. We done made it down to the end of the show. And I'm feeling he said it's gonna work. Listen, Barbara Bankston, has the Lord been good to you?
He's been real good.
What about you, Andre? Has the Lord been good?
Yes, better than I've been to myself.
What about you, Paula Wiley?
Better, and he's just still good.
Mr. Rye?
All is well.
Mr. Wisdom?
Yeah.
He's been real good. Yeah. Until next Friday. Let's go. Let go.
The Lord woke me this morning, started me on my way, put food on my table. I wanna thank Him for another day. Kept away my enemies, time and time again. And even though I didn't deserve it, He's been there through thick and thin. Can I get a witness that will agree with me that if it wasn't for the Lord, you don't know where you would be. And if you know you couldn't make it,